Breaking. Spain is fast-tracking a decree to pass legalization of over 500,000 illegal aliens and asylum seekers today, which will provide them with full legal status in Europe and allow them to cross into any EU country for work or residency and give them welfare benefits. Oh my god. They're kicking the guy on the floor. That's attempted murder, basically. Well, oh well, it is what it is, right? Just what Europe wanted. They wanted illegals to come into the country and take their own land. I cannot wrap my head around that logic, but you know, these Europeans, they do be like that. They're a bunch of cooks. It's crazy how they just
who have argued
Obama shoots down the whole stop deportation and let the illegal immigrants be argument that Democrat Party is currently pushing.
that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration.
Oh,
We
wow.
also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally.
That's true. That's correct.
Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
Dang. Well, there you have it, folks. Barack Obama and Donald Trump has the same ideology. It's just that Obama, did not face this many friction compared to Trump, right? It's crazy as hell. Like, people, they just cannot reason with themselves. They're a bunch of sheeps. They would agree with what one person is saying, and then the next person that yaps about something, right? Then they agree with that person afterwards. They change their ideology completely just because, I don't know, some powerful, smart people in the Democrat Party managed to brainwash them into thinking, oh, you know what? I am for illegal immigration now. Yes, free America is a free place, right? Blah blah blah. But I mean, Barack Obama, he may be a shitty president when it comes to economics, but he does understand that illegal immigration is bad. I mean, it goes without saying, right? I think he's pretty shitty economically speaking because he just keeps printing money. He got us like 19, or was it 16 or 19 trillion dollars into national debt, which is pretty either number. It's a lot for 8 years during 2008 to 2016. But well, at least he got the crime and the illegal immigration situation correct. He was the one that supported ICE, right? When ICE existed back then, way before Trump. But then, now people, they're just brainwashed into thinking that, oh, Trump is an evil one for fighting against illegal immigration when Barack Obama has been doing it since 2010. So, yeah, I don't know, like, you could tell, like, who are sheeps or who's not, right? Just based on what they believe in or don't, because Barack Obama did support it, ICE back then, but no one said anything until now.
Okay, we go. We're going. Look, they're coming running, dude.
Unfollow me, don't come to my shows, and don't watch my movies. If you follow ICE.
Hollywood actor John Leguizamo is demanding Americans who support ICE sorry, raspberry seed in my throat stop watching his films and unfollow him.
Unfollow me, don't come to my shows, and don't watch my movies.
Yeah, I don't know who you are. I need to follow you to unfollow you, but I don't even know who you are to begin with, so ignored. I was assaulted by a crazy anti-ICE protester who wanted to stop me from documenting an anti-ICE rally in Philadelphia. When I asked CBS reporters they would like to cover what was going on, they said no and fled. And then they went to publish a report in which they called the rally peaceful. The mainstream media watched me get assaulted and surrounded by a group of protesters. Why didn't they want to cover what was actually happening on the ground?
Get out of the fucking way! Get out of the fucking way! Get the fuck out of the way! Get the fuck out of the way!
So this gentleman right here, he just assaulted us. So we're gonna keep him on camera. Keep him on camera. Okay, so Channel 3 right here, the mainstream media is here, and we asked if they wanted to cover this, but they said no. Do you want to cover this? We're being followed. No, they're running away now.
In a peaceful march through Center City, hundreds of Philadelphians filled the streets, holding signs, chanting, and saying showing up felt like one small way to stand with people in Minnesota.
Do you want to explain why you're out here?
Oh, look at that. More people committing crime.
Look at them.
Trying to kidnap him.
These are the people who, this is the party of peace and love. Let me buy.
Blocking people. That is kidnapping. That's registered as kidnapping.
This is ridiculous. Another great way.
So that yeah, why they have those masks on? Aren't they like anti-mask? Like like they were against ICE wearing masks, and now they're wearing masks too. This is what happens when you don't enforce the laws. You gotta start arresting these kidnappers. Arrest them. You know what? Don't feel bad about shooting them. These people are all criminals. Look. They assault like this relatively young guy. I think he looks like he's in his early 20s. But these people don't care. This guy could be 7 years old and they'll still beat his ass. These people are ruthless. Yeah, not interested.
Sucking sons of a bitches that think that you're just gonna go and fucking arrest a bunch of protesters because they're out there doing something you're too afraid to fucking do. They're out there fighting for our freedom and they're out there fighting for our right for free speech because fuck you. All 2,000 of you fucking National Guardsmen, you brave ass fucking soldiers, you think you're gonna march in those streets and tell those people to shut the fuck up?
Yes.
That is what you decided to fight for. You chose to defend us against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and you fucking failed. And
what? They were defending you guys from foreign enemies. What are you talking about?
that's why they're out there on those streets. So who the fuck are you to tell them to shut the fuck up? Why don't you grow a pair, take off your mask, and tell me your fucking name? Because my name is Alex and I say fuck you!
Arrest her. Arrest her. Have her arrested. Lock her up and strap her up. Put her in a padded room. And you know what? Put her just in a concrete room. That's fine. We don't need to spend money on a padded room. She's too mentally ill. Look at this. Gosh, it's so crazy how, you can actually teach someone mental illness. Like you can actually train them to be mentally ill. This is a definition of artificial mental illness insemination. Is that correct? I don't know, but certainly this bitch she's probably supposed to be normal, but then I guess like liberal media just trained her to be a retard. It is what it is. 4 women arrested at ICE protests in Minnesota last night. What do they all have in common? Yeah, they got bad haircuts. They're white. They're middle-aged. Oh man. You know what? I'm glad they're arresting them. They should put them in prisons with the illegal immigrants just to see how they like them so much, right? That would justify. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense because I have this fantasy where we have an island called Liberal Island where we could just throw all these illegal immigrants on instead of just shipping them or flying them back to South America. We could just put them all on the island, and then we could see like how they like each other so much, right? Like just mix these middle-aged liberal women with them, and then just watch them bitch and complain and virtue signal to these illegal immigrants. See how much they like them, because these liberal women, they don't have to deal with illegal immigrants. People that live in poorer areas has to deal with them. And trust me, you lose so much money, like just your business will lose money, you'll have less job opportunities, and you're more prone to violent crimes. It's just it ain't easy. It's rough. But you know, like these girls, they live a posh life in their good neighborhood because their dad is upper middle class and above, and they just gave them a life that honestly they don't deserve, right? That's why when I had kids, I'm gonna make sure they're poor just so they can understand why they don't want to be around illegal immigrants. I'll force them to be around them. ICE protests are now turning on Democrats outside of Tim Walz's office in Minnesota Capitol building, demanding he stand up to Donald Trump and stop ICE. Democrats can't control their own paid mob. Oh, let's take a look at this. Look at that. You know why this is happening? Is because the Minneapolis police are assisting ICE with the arrest. Tim Walz talked a big game. He said that he's gonna stop Trump. Obviously, he's not doing that, right? And I think after like Tim Walz, he just decided, oh, you know what? I'll help him because it's bound to happen eventually, where ICE just takes over Minneapolis, and after they arrest all the illegals, hopefully they will get to the decision of freezing those illegals' bank accounts, like those fraudsters, freeze their bank accounts, take the money back, take the asset back, and then ship them off. And then they're gonna come deal with Walz, because pretty certain that Walz is involved with something. There's no way in hell he doesn't know that all this fraud is going on in Minneapolis. But you know, but now Tim Walz is just caving in, and he said, "Oh, you know what? Okay, police, go help ICE, go help Donald Trump. Maybe he'll ease up on me when." Maybe he'll give me lube before he fucks me in the ass. Kevin O'Leary. Oh, I like Kevin O'Leary. Let me follow this channel. I like to investigate fraud. I want my money back that was stolen from me. Is it okay or is it not okay? I want my money back. I represent taxpayers and I want my money back.
Taxpayer, and I'd like to investigate fraud. I want my money back if it was stolen from me. Is that okay or is that not okay?
Listen, that
I want my money back.
Well, hold on. I mean, look, Kevin, the fraud is being has been investigated, is
Why are we
being
talking about that?
investigated. People are being prosecuted. The DOJ could be talking about that, but what they decided to do instead was send immigration officials into Minnesota, presumptively because they thought that the fraud was coming only from foreigners, when most of the Somalis who they were targeting.
I don't care where it's coming from. I want my money back.
So,
right, but what
she
is saying
I get
is
it,
that
but the point
nothing
is,
they are doing,
none
nothing
of this
they have
has
done
to do with
is
fraud.
helping you get your money back.
I
Also,
represent taxpayers, and I want my money back.
Then,
But look,
if you represent taxpayers, then tell the
And by the way,
president
let
that
me
you
just-
shield
let me
them,
just circle back.
that
blue
he's spending a
taxpayers.
ton of money
Okay.
to terrorize.
Let me circle back with Jim on this.
Red, oh yeah, he considered himself red, which is conservative, and then you know she's a blue taxpayer. Which, let's be real, this chick, I don't know this chick, right? I doubt she's making nearly as much as Kevin O'Leary. I think Kevin O'Leary's net worth is like 500 million. It could be more by now. I remember reading something about that like 3 years ago. He's like working with Costco and the whole entire deal. I used to follow Kevin O'Leary a lot. But yeah, his tax dollars are being stolen. Sorry, Kevin. This guy actually pays his taxes. He doesn't really abuse loopholes like, you know, like Bill Gates or whatever. But Bill Gates or Trump, he actually pays his taxes. And then he he's trying to demand his taxes back from those fraudsters, right? But they're like, oh no, go talk to Trump about it. Well, Trump's trying to deal with it, but then, you know, Trump has his limitation as well, even though he's the president. You have to, like, CNN is also a major, one of the core reasons why people are so dumb and getting in the way of ICE and DOJ and the investigation of these fraudsters, is because, you know, you have all these like these NPCs that, or like the mobs that can do harm to these people if they were to investigate the situation, right? Because they're brainwashed to think that these Somalis are not fraudsters, they're good people, da 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 da. oh, there's nothing wrong with them and we should protect them. When in reality, they're just stealing money from under your noses. It's just so stupid. And it's CNN, believe it or not, they're the ones that are trying to like brainwash people, right? There's a the earlier clip clearly proves it, right? Some kid was being assaulted by an angry mob, and then they try to sell it off as a peaceful protest when it's clearly not. So when Kevin O'Leary he said, "I want my money back," CNN they try to obfuscate the conversation, like, "Oh, this is not the fraudster's fault. It's Donald Trump's fault. You gotta tell him that." And you know what? And this is what CNN does. They just try to redirect the fault to Trump. Trump is evil. Oh, the reason why there's so many illegals there is because of Trump. Because the crime rate, Trump. Falling economy, Trump this, Trump that. I remember I have a friend that is super anti-Trump, right? Before, during the time Biden was in office, the market crash, everything was decimated. But and then during that time, he would say, "Oh, no, you cannot blame the president when the market is crashing." Then now, when Donald Trump is in office, right? I remember back in April, the market was at the lowest. He hates Trump, so he's just start blaming Trump, like, oh, it's Trump's fault, it's Trump's fault. And then I use his own logic against him. I'm like, hey, you cannot blame the president, right? Isn't that what you say for the economy falling? And then he'd just be like, oh no, this is his fault, this is his fault. Brainwashed, just plain brainwash. It's so sad. FBI conducting a raid of Fulton County election HQ related to the 2020 presidential election. This happened in Fulton.
Morning, and we're going to roll this back and show it to you. There you go. So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. This table, the black one, was placed there by the lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. in the morning. So she put that table there. So the same person who's staying behind now, the same person who cleared the place out under the pretense that we're going to stop counting, is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. Yeah, I saw 4 suitcases come out from underneath the table. Yeah, upper right hand, you see the gentleman in the red. So he just pulled one out. So what are these ballots doing there, separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses? Is the question.
I feel like with ballot counting, you gotta live stream it at this point. We have the technology for it. We could just record it, live stream it, or like put it in the machine and have that shit automated. We don't need physical counters anymore. There's human errors. It just doesn't make sense to have a person count it. You see, this is why AI is replacing humans. This is because shit like this, right? Voting fraud, etc. It's all shenanigans. This is AI would, I mean, AI could still cheat if you program it to do so, but regardless, right? You can surveil it a lot more easier than this, whatever the fuck this is. Thinking of quitting Reddit for how insanely woke this platform is. I used to follow world news and politics on Reddit, but eventually got tired of how incredibly one-sided the discourse was. So I left most such subs and was like, okay, I'll just use Reddit to follow my hobbies like video games, sports, and other niche interests. But even there, it's just incredible how woke everyone is. I got banned from Formula One sub for simply saying I was tired of Lewis Hamilton complaining about lack of diversity all the time. I have messaged the mods multiple times telling me what rule did I break. I got no response. Even subs like Poker and WWE are woke. Wow. Which, given the subject matter, is almost hilarious. The Formula One ban shows me how systematic this platform is in shutting down the voices that don't toe the line. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's why I don't use Reddit anymore. It used to be a great platform, but then, gosh, it's just such a shithole, right? You see a bunch of degenerates on the internet, like those UC simps, disgusting creeps, or just like skanks, Yeah, yeah, skanks use Reddit too, and don't expect to get laid with a skank if you use Reddit. By the way, they're trying to hide their identity, so when they get married, they can go and tell their boyfriend like, "Oh yeah, I'm a virgin." Honestly, I don't blame them for it. If you can get away with some bullshit, sure, yeah, go for it, man. But geez, yeah, the world is falling apart. That's just how it is.